It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and I've just been to a brewery website. Very rarely do I do that these days. And the reason why I did that is because this brewery has been blowing up of late. Lots of people talking about their lagers. Indeed, I found this beer in Sainsbury's. And the reputation is very, very good. So I wanted to have a little bit of a read about who they are and what they're about. So this is a British brewed, naturally independent brewing company, Utopian Brewing Bohemian Lager. And the important thing here is 100% British ingredients. And the other thing is this label, the look. It's hops, malt. Of course, the yeast is the god there, because yeast comes from the gods, obviously. And there's probably some water in there too somewhere. So all natural ingredients, brewed in Devon at 4.2% ABV, and this is their Bohemian Lager. So without further ado, this cost me £3 a can in Sainsbury's. Let's get it straight out into a glass and see what we get. Bohemia, kind of Czech Republic way, Germany way, trade routes between Czech Republic and Germany. That's what I learned while I was there. The river Rhine, the Rhine that runs through the middle of Germany, was the trade route for thousands of years basically. And they've always brewed great lager in, of course, Czech Republic and Germany. So I believe this Bohemian Lager is either going to be German or Czech themed. We got a 2-finger white head on the beer, good levels of carbonation, and it's a slightly hazy beer. So we'll talk about Utopian Brewing in a moment, what they're about, but you probably get the idea already. They're based in Devon. Let's finish off the look on the beer. So yeah, the important thing here is it's unfiltered, nice and hazy looking. They don't use any finings in their beer at all. It's a completely natural process, and that's why the beer looks like it does. That's why it doesn't look like a can of Carling when poured out. Aroma. Oh yeah, now then. That smells fantastic. A little bit of sweetness from the malt. Light wafer-like biscuit flavours coming through in the aroma. Spicy pepperiness coming from the hops. And maybe the slightest earthiness coming through from the yeast. Brewed in Devon, the water's going to be lovely and soft. This could be an incredible lager. I'm ready to go in. Let's find out about this beer then. Cheers, everybody. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning beer. Stone the crows. Stone the crows. Where do I begin? I'm going to begin with Bohemia. I'm going to begin with Czech Republic, Germany. I've been to the Czech Republic, I've been to Germany, and they are, for me, probably the finest brewers of lager in the world. These two countries specialise in lager, as do Utopian Brewing Company. They are phenomenally predominantly, that's the word, set up to produce lager. They're a lager brewery. And boy, this is good. Super tasty. Starts off a little bit of grain, a little bit of a grainy wafer-like mouthfeel. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of a flavour. The reason why the carbonation is there in beer is, personally, I think the great thing about carbonation in beer, let me rephrase that, is that it pushes the beer in the you've got taste buds in your cheeks, the back of your throat, your mouth, your tongue, and it really gets that beer into the crevices of your mouth where your taste buds, where they all are, and it's just a reaction, if you like, of that carbonation bursting on the palate and exploding them flavours all over your mouth. And that is stinging nettle flavours, wafer malt flavours. The drinkability of the beer is fantastic. The water quality, that beautiful Devonshire soft water, is really playing its part. I've always been a fan of Otter Brewery beers. And I've always been a fan of Otter Brewery beers because of the water, basically. They use fantastic ingredients in their beer, and the water just makes everything kind of click and work together. Similar here. Beautiful lager. Beautiful. So, I want to talk about Utopian Brewing Company. So, all of their ingredients are, or the brewery is set up to be kind of like 100% naturally brewed beer. That's what they want to produce. So water, malt, hops and yeast. They're basically following the German Reinheitsgebot, the purity law in Germany, which is a law that insists if you want to call a beer in Germany, water, malt, hops and yeast, 4 ingredients. No kind of other things, no force-fed stuff, and no like a can of Carling, none of that kind of stuff goes on in Germany. So they basically set up the same way, really. 100% natural ingredients, but 100% British ingredients too. So British hops, British malt, yeast, and of course water. So all British ingredients. I love it. And I'm really pleased. I started to hear about Utopian Brewing Company probably August, September of last year, 2024. And I did actually look to purchase some of their beers I bought a load of beer from an online beer shop, but they didn't have their beers on this online beer shop. So, of course, a few months go by, as they do, and I see it in Sainsbury's straight away. That's going straight in my trolley. So I'm glad I've had the opportunity to try Utopian Brewing Company. This is fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and I'm going to rate it. Look at the lacing on that glass. You don't need, all you need is natural ingredients to make beer. Look at this wonderful looking beer. Looks good, smells good, tastes incredible. For me, that's a blaster of a beer. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.